Rudy Giuliani denies having mentioned a presidential pardon with Donald Trump ruin and prison in the sights. Targeted by an investigation for his business in Ukraine, Rudy Giuliani has denied asking for a presidential pardon from Donald Trump. A preemptive grace for a change of administration? On Tuesday, Rudy Giuliani denied having discussed with Donald Trump a potential presidential pardon concerning him. The neat hashtag fake news is still lying. I never had the discussion wrongly mentioned by an anonymous source. Difficult to follow all their lies, he tweeted, hours after the New York Times assured that the president's personal lawyer and the latter had discussed a possible presidential pardon for the former mayor from New York. Targeted since this summer by a federal investigation with still secret outlines. Rudy Giuliani's ties to Ukraine could worry him. Two of his former collaborators, who allegedly worked with him on the trail of a corruption scandal involving Joe Biden and the affairs of his son Hunter in Ukraine, are being sued. Lev Parnas and Igor Fruman were indicted in October 2019 for violating campaign finance laws. They suspected of having attempted to gamble their relations with the United States to request the dismissal of the American ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, at the request of at least one representative of the Ukrainian government. A respected employee of the State Department that Rudy Giuliani had already publicly criticized, suspecting her of having instigated accusations against Paul Manafort as part of a plan hatched by George Soros, billionaire donor to the Democrats regularly cited by theorists of the conspiracy. Back in October, 2 weeks before the election, Rudy Giuliani was still trying to stir up a scandal from Ukraine, hammering his theory that a foreign country tried to influence the 2016 election. But not Russia, contrary to the assertions of the American intelligence services. He is convinced that Ukraine is at the origin of a policy of destabilization of the United States. He is convinced that Joe Biden influenced American diplomacy to further the interests of the company for which his youngest son worked. The latter was a member of the board of directors of former Minister Mykola Slotskay's natural gas company, Burisma Holdings, which was in the sights of former Ukrainian Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin. Accused of turning a blind eye to numerous cases of corruption in Ukraine, the latter was dismissed from his post by the Ukrainian parliament in 2016 after, in particular, increased pressure from the United States, which threatened to cancel a loan from $1 billion, proof of the interference of Hunter Biden's affairs in American diplomacy, according to pro-Trump, forgetting that the virulent criticism of the magistrate also emanated from the European Union. This Ukrainian connection of the former mayor of New York was mentioned during the impeachment procedure of Donald Trump, recorded last year by the House of Representatives, where the Democrats are in the majority, before the Senate with a Republican majority acquitted him last February, after the incriminating appeal in the summer of 2019 during which Donald Trump had suspended military aid granted to Ukraine. Asking his counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky to open an investigation into Hunter Biden.